Skyscraper looked like a pretty interesting film. I love Dwayne Johnson and the narrative sounded quite fascinating. So I decided to give it a watch, and in general, it's absolutely fine. The pacing's not great. I wasn't really emotionally invested in the narrative or the characters, but visually it was quite beautiful. So I guess that balances out as being a pretty okay film. This was released in 2018. It's written and directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber, and we have a cast including, of course, Dwayne Johnson. We also have Neve Campbell, Chin Han, Roland Møller, and various others. And the narrative is, I guess, pretty straightforward. It took a very, very long time to get to the point. Basically, the events leading up to the skyscraper aspect were very slow. A little bit of it was necessary to obviously set the scene and introduce the characters, but it wasn't that interesting. But once we get there, it's pretty fascinating. It's about Dwayne Johnson's character, Will Sawyer, a former Marine and FBI hostage rescue team member, has to save his family from a burning skyscraper. And I won't say exactly why this is happening. I won't give away all of the ins and the outs of the narrative, but it does set things up well enough. We get enough information that we can then just enjoy the actual skyscraper aspect, and the skyscraper is burning and falling apart, and visually it is very impressive. It does look absolutely terrifying. It is not the kind of situation anybody wants to be in. I think the special effects are fabulous. The editing is brilliant. So I really enjoyed the visual quality of, let's say, the second half of the film. It didn't quite take half of the film to set up, but it took a little while to get to the good stuff. But the pacing of the first third is just not very good at all. I was kind of bored, and as I said, I wasn't really emotionally invested in any of the characters or the narrative itself. And usually for me, I'm not that bothered about the visuals of a film. I know some people watch films for the visual quality or for the editing. People like me tend to favour the narratives or the characters. But films like this prove that when the narratives and the characters are not the most interesting, Dwayne Johnson's character was interesting enough, I can then focus on the visuals instead, and I can shift what I'm enjoying about the film. So it worked well enough for me. If you do love films with great visuals, then I think this one will certainly appeal. And in general, it's fine. It has 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb across 141,000 reviews and ratings, a Metascore of 51, and I agree with both of those. It's not spectacular, but the second half is visually very strong. The narrative flows well enough, but I wasn't that invested in it. The characters are well enough written, but I didn't really care for them that much. But the performances are very good, and I did really enjoy watching Dwayne Johnson in this. So I think it's a pretty balanced film. Some bits are great, some bits are not that great, but in general, it ended up being a decent experience. And if it sounds like your kind of film, or if you just want to see what it's like, see if it appeals to you, give it a go. It's certainly a watchable film. It has room for improvement, but there are some great aspects, and ultimately, Skyscraper is one that I'm generally happy to recommend.